ArtBridge was founded in 1999 by myself and another licensed art therapist to deliver expressive arts to at-risk children in the Houston area. The project started after I'd spent about 10 years working as an art therapist in psychiatric settings with children and adolescents. I met a 6-year-old boy who had been abandoned in a psychiatric hospital by his parents. He was placed in a homeless shelter, and I brought art supplies and visited him there and was shocked to learn how many homeless children there were in Houston. I decided then and there that I would find a way to serve these children through a therapeutic art experience. Our objective is to provide consistent, quality, expressive arts programming to as many at-risk children as possible. We want to increase the public's awareness of homelessness and how poverty affects children psychologically. Once people understand how this kind of deprivation and instability impacts a child's future, they want to support ArtBridge. We continually work to make as big of an impact as possible. From a one-site volunteer operation, we have grown to serve 9 shelters with 12 weekly sessions, with an annual attendance of over 5,800 children. ArtBridge goes directly into the shelters on a weekly basis. We provide consistency with personnel, projects, and materials. We strive to become a part of each shelter's community. The children served by ArtBridge come from indigent, multi-ethnic backgrounds, and some are affected by HIV. We provide them with the tools and environment to channel their complex emotions into creative expression, which is so important once basic needs have been addressed. When we become active witnesses, listening to the ongoing struggles and dilemmas of homeless children and making art with them, they become empowered. Our facilitators are well trained to foster creativity by becoming an integral part of each shelter community. This allows the art experience to be delivered in a natural, seamless, and specifically targeted manner. ArtBridge is not a school, or even like your typical art class. The creative process should be a part of what happens in a shelter, allowing creativity to flow organically. Introducing art and creativity without judgment or expectation becomes a hallmark experience for children, and they're likely to carry this with them forever. The population we serve is transient, making measurement more challenging. Initially, we relied on the overwhelmingly positive feedback from staff members at shelters and treatment centers. Now we work with a statistician to develop the best tools for evaluation, especially useful for shelters where the residents live for longer terms. We track the number, age, and ethnicity of our population. We have implemented a survey that shows increased self-esteem and hope. Our results show that 97% of our children feel supported, 95% feel more important, and 90% feel calmer. We also see improved conduct and a more positive attitude. Because we work behind the closed doors of shelters, the public is often unaware of our important work. Most people are surprised to hear how many homeless children are in our city, and they're not aware of the impact homelessness has on their lives. Many people think the measure of success in art is the completion of a piece of artwork. However, we value the process over the product because we're trying to instill a lifelong habit of creativity. We want to show that creativity is a resource that can always be tapped into because the art process is what feeds the soul. Our greatest accomplishment is to hear a child say, "Art will always be a part of my life." Some of our more public accomplishments have been offering scholarships to Glassell School of Art and organizing exhibits in the Houston Public Library and other public forums. This does incredible things for a child's self-esteem. It makes them feel that they're valuable members of the community. ArtBridge has served as a safety net to find resources and referrals for medical, psychological, and educational needs. The staff at the locations we serve value our work, continually express appreciation, and are always asking for additional art sessions. They see positive changes in the children, involving improvement in schoolwork, increased ability to tolerate frustrations, cooperation with others, and more open communication with peers and adult supervisors. Most challenging is dealing with the transient nature of the homeless population. Life in a homeless shelter is inconsistent, so we work to establish a feeling of safety and confidence. Volunteers see that their regular presence produces positive changes as students and builds their self-esteem. We have to meet the challenge of dealing with new children and integrating them with established ones. The structure and scope of the groups change weekly. This informs our selection of curriculum. We train our facilitators to be spontaneous and instantly responsive to change. We would visit sites more than once a week and provide other art activities. Adding more sessions would result in smaller, more effective group experiences. We could also provide more training for our facilitators and support for our administrative staff. We want to increase marketing and fundraising activities, plus quality art supplies are always needed. We'd also like to expand our photo workshop to include more children. Homeless families are often missing the typical tradition of the family photo album. This might be a difficult time for these children, but it's an important time in their lives, and they deserve a record of their struggle. We could serve many more children within present shelters than we currently have the capacity to do. This could mean groups that run longer than an hour, or groups that include parents, to promote the creative process in families. This can improve parent-child relationships. We've also thought of expanding to other cities such as Austin and San Antonio. We need more time to create additional curricula for the incredibly diverse population we serve. A dream would be to serve immigration detention centers and refugee community centers by training facilitators to lead groups in their native languages.